wow, that like made both
Episode 2!
You're screaming right now. I don't know if it's good though. Is it gonna be good? Okay, I'm sorry. Anywho.
Maybe we should check it, actually.
What's your favorite cereal? Like, you wake up in the morning.
I don't eat cereal.
Okay, if you did eat cereal.
Like when I was
crispy,
little.
cold milk.
When I was little, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Ooh, that's a good one, actually. I like Reese's Puffs. I think Reese's Puffs is like top tier.
Reese's Puffs is good. Or Cocoa Pebbles.
Isn't that just Reese's Puffs without the peanut butter ones?
No, it's Cocoa Pebbles.
Those are the balls, right?
No. It's like a little like
the flakes?
Yeah.
Those are called Pebbles?
Wait.
Cocoa Flakes?
Yeah, they're called Pebbles. Because they're like little, like they're like pebbles of rock, like, you know? And like they're little like a pebble, because it's not big like a rock, it's a pebble. Syrup is trying to be different.
No, because I don't like the way it like, it sounds like you're slurring.
Syrup.
Because you mumble anyways.
Syrup.
Syrup. See, it sounds...
Syrup.
It sounds like cleaner.
It's more intelligent.
Syrup.
Alright. So today,
Can't believe.
we're going to be talking about our testimonies and where we have came from. Alright. So, in high school, Jaden didn't really... He said he was a Christian. Didn't really know a lot about God. Went to church a couple... Oh my gosh.
Go ahead. Yep.
Went to church a couple times in my life.
What would a normal week for lost Jaden be? You know, like a normal Friday week or what?
See, we already talked about this. Like,
normal,
all right.
Our fans, chat, never saw that.
So,
I'm sorry.
When Jaden was lost, he would stay up, party, just like a normal high school kid would, and wake up. I really wouldn't feel any conviction because I didn't have the Lord in my life, and then go to school, go to work, and
Where'd you work? You were at McDonald's then.
No. But I would do nothing for God. I would drink. I would just party all the time. And there'd be days where I couldn't wait to party because I had a bad day, and I wouldn't turn from those bad days and just pray, which I do now.
What are you playing with right now?
Get this away from me, bro.
ADHD is going insane.
But
You need like a fidget toy or something.
no, I'm good.
Keep talking. I'll find you something.
No, I'm good. Alright.
Hey, stop! Ow!
I said so much on the first podcast.
They haven't seen that
I
one.
know,
They're
but
not
it's
gonna
just
see that
weird
one.
telling it again.
Re-say it. You're going to share your testimony to everybody and anybody.
Alright. And then... Alright, get now.
Future Jaden Casen, cut right now.
So... just gonna wait to party on days, and then... During the summer... I guess it was the summer. Your house burned down.
We did do that.
And just seeing your family, like, just give everything to God, and like, just, you guys are so calm about it. And there was like stressful times, obviously, because you're gonna have those stressful times, but you guys are so calm, and I was like, wow, I really need that peace in my life. And so then I came to church with you guys that one day, and it wasn't the first day you go to church, you're not going to give your life to Jesus. And probably won't be the second time, probably won't be the third time. But there will be a realization one day that you want to give your life to Jesus. And it was at, what was it called?
Forge.
Forge, yep. We went to a guy's night for church, and the speaker was just saying a whole bunch of stuff about. I really don't even know what he was saying. I can't remember.
I forget it too. All I know is that it was like an extremely emotional night.
Yeah, at the end, he was like, "Come to the altar," and pretty much just give your life to Jesus.
He was praying for everybody. Him and the pastor there.
I really had no one like pray, like for me, like standing in front of me, like praying for me, and I don't know. His presence just like filled inside of me, and it was just an amazing feeling. And right after that, I wanted to change how I spoke, what I listened to. I guess I changed what I listened to before that, but how I spoke, just how I lived. I just want to live like Jesus after that.
I have to sneeze.
You got it? Hey, don't worry. You got it.
It's gone now. It's gone now. You scared it away.
What?
Think of...
You got it.
All right. Stop. Anywho. So, is that when you gave your life to Jesus? Is that when you're like, Jesus, I accept you into my heart. Please forgive me.
The only thing I remember from that night, like I don't remember that guy's name, or really what he talked about, except one thing, and it was like something about giving your life to Jesus, and that just like stuck in my like heart, and like it just like my mind was, yes, I want to give my life to Jesus, and I just want to be like Jesus and spread His word, and from that day on.
Gosh. That's like that. Oh, that's so awesome to hear. Because I didn't even know that. Like, I think it's the first time you've ever told me your testimony. Like,
yeah,
I know on the car ride back home from Forge, we were both like, we were just in shock. We were just like, the emotion and feeling can't even be explained.
It's amazing.
So, now, Jaden now versus Jaden then.
Whole different person.
Completely different person.
Like, there's times where I feel like people don't even, like, realize I changed.
They don't.
And it really, like, it hurts. Like, it sucks. But every day I just try to, like, make sure they can see that I have changed. And there's days when people are like, how come you haven't, like, said this or, like, argued about this and stuff like that. And
you should have no need to.
No. He takes everything away, and like all that the need I wanted to like drink and like
the need I wanted.
Oh my gosh, we're cutting that out.
The need I wanted. No, we're not. No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
The need I wanted.
I promise. No, like the urge that I like wanted to drink and just vape and all that other stuff. It just like went away from me, and he just literally takes everything away. But you have to be willing to want to give that stuff away. You can't just say, yeah, help me like get rid of this thing or this urge or something and not do anything about it. Like he'll help you. You just have to be willing to do it.
Yeah. I don't know if this really relates to anything, but this is something I was thinking about today about saying on here. And it's like when I pray, I feel like a lot of people might pray for like things, like certain
desires,
things, not worldly desires, but like, you know, please help me and this person, you know, continue our relationship or continue talking, or, you know, please save my uncle from this disease, or, you know, please do this for me, please do this for me. But I've been praying for a while now, saying, God, if it's your will, you know, have this happen. If it's your will, you know, heal this person. And
I've never really thought about it like that.
And it's like, it completely changes, because then, first of all, it takes the worry away, because you don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
You know, if you know, one of your relatives or something is in ICU. Do you know what that stands for?
No.
I don't either. You asked me the other day, I know what it stands for. ICU.
Like IDK and ICU don't really go together.
Anyways.
We'll cut that out.
Like, it just takes the worry away instantly. Because it's not like when I was getting that car, I was like, I don't want to pray for something on this world. I don't want to pray for something that's an object.
Yeah.
You don't need that in heaven. You don't need cars in heaven. You don't need anything like that in heaven. So I was just praying. I was like, God, if this is what you want me to do, if this is, the decision you want me to make, even though it was a terrible financial decision, let it go through. Let it happen. If it's not, let it fall through. Let it, completely just crumble.
Yeah.
But what I told you the other day is true. Like, if Jesus told me and, like, spoke to me, he's like, go light that car on fire.
Yeah, but
Go drive that car into a tree.
my problem is...
Deal.
Like, what if that was the devil talking, though? Yeah, but, like, how do you know?
There was a study on that. And it was like you could, there's multiple spirits. Wait, I don't want to say it. That sounds wrong. No, that's right.
Definitely right.
That's right. There's multiple spirits that could be talking to you that aren't God.
Exactly.
Like the spirit of fear. How much more peace do you feel from when, you were relying on, like, drinking or vaping to kind of just ease that feeling, to kind of just feel better, feel happier, have fun? How much more peace do you feel from that point to now? Like, how light and, like, what I'm trying to say?
Even, like, yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. You can't even compare it.
I know.
Like, when you're drinking, you have... It's like 2 hours of feeling good.
Yeah.
Or vaping's 10 minutes of feeling good.
Yeah.
And then... But when you have God in your life and that peace is a whole... Like, it's just eternity.
It is. It literally. Like forever and ever and ever,
yes.
you feel so good and happy. Like, I used to hate waking up, going to work. I used to like...
Well,
what's the word called? It's on the tip of my tongue. Dread. Oh, you're so smart. I used to dread, like, having to wake and go to work. And now, I wake up, I'm like, thank you, God, for giving me breath, giving me the ability to walk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, thank you for just me waking up today.
Yeah.
Look outside, see the sky, see the sunrise, listen to some worship music on the way. Like, you feel so good.
I was thinking how there'd be days when I didn't even want to wake up, but now every day, like, I'm tired for 5 minutes. Like, I get up and then I'm perfectly fine. I'm wide awake.
And I think it's literally like, it's health benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Like, having less stress in your life, giving all your stress to God, and just having that freedom. There has to be health benefits to, like, not being as stressed.
I don't know what it is.
I do. I'm just not going to say it.
What is it?
I'm just not going to say it.
You don't know.
No, I do.
No, you don't.
I don't know. But there's definitely health benefits. I know that.
Well, if you're less stressed, I don't know.
So, testimonies. That's yours. You came from a bad place.
Slums.
Which didn't even... It's kind of funny to look back at. Because where we were wouldn't be a lot of people's dark place. It wouldn't be a lot of people's, like, bad. Because a lot of people's, like, good. I'm sorry to anybody that knew me in high school.
Heard that.
And...
Heard that.
I'm so very sorry. Yeah. Completely different person now.
Heard that.
Well, should I go, I guess?
Alright, on to you, buddy. And then I went to this park right here with my turn signal on.
Woohoo!
What is that? That is a dinosaur.
Testimony. High school, senior year. Just dumb. I was a dumb person, and I
Hey, don't say that.
I'm sorry. I was not a very smart person.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I was not a smart person.
What'd you rely on?
Driving a not so fast car, very fast, and drinking. Relying on other people, but like just really anything. Anything other than Jesus, as non-intelligent as that sounds. Like I thought that was better. Yeah, just anything but, getting in the Word. Now, I mean, I'd pray every night. I'd pray every night, thinking I was doing okay things, thinking I was in the right.
I feel like a lot of people do that.
And here's another thing. Here's another thing. When I wasn't a real follower of Jesus and a kind of a fake half in, half out, I would think I'm better than other people. I would think, oh, I have Jesus, and this person doesn't. So that means I'm better than them. That means my life is better than them. Better than theirs. Words are so hard. And no, I'd literally think that. And I'd be like, like I do this and they do the same thing, but I claim I have Jesus and they don't. So I'm okay. I'm in the right. And I wish somebody would have just punched me in the face. But Jesus did punch me in the face. We'll get to that.
With words.
With feelings and
In words.
tragedies and lots of things. But, anywho, yeah, just made bad decisions. Was a bad role model. And just same thing as you, really. Just made bad decisions. I mean, we weren't bad kids. Like, looking back now, we were. But, like...
But we didn't get in fights. And...
Yeah. We weren't, like, awful kids. Said I followed Jesus, really did not. Started working. Still wasn't following Jesus. Was just cussing a bunch. Saying inappropriate things. Just dumb. Now, I mean, I wasn't hanging out with, a normal group, and I was kind of starting to get away from that stuff, but I think that's also just what happens after high school. You just kind of grow up, like, grow away from that stuff. To some people, I guess that's what happened to me. But I was not following Jesus, and got a call at work. Cousin passed away. It was my mom, and my heart dropped. I didn't know what to think about it, and during the call in my head, I was like, oh, I can just stay at work. Like there's really nothing I can do. Right as I hung the phone up, it hit me. I was like, oh, I never get to see this person again. And so we turned the truck around, took me back to the garage. I left. Started driving to my cousin's house. And then my mom texted me, or I think I called my mom or something. I was like, where are you at? She was like, we're heading over to Grandma's to tell her. I'm like, oh, okay. Fly to Grandma's house, get there, see my parents, immediately hug my parents, and just started just bawling. Because it's such a real experience, and it's something I've never experienced before. I never had a close relative die.
Yeah.
Until this. And so went in, told my grandma, absolutely just bawled watching her and the way she took it. And the words out of her mouth were, Jesus, he's with Jesus, he's with our Father. He just hysterically crying and just yelling these words. And it was just stabbing my heart. Then someone stayed with her, went to our house, had my grandpa come over. And when he got there, as soon as he walked in, everybody was just heads down. I've never seen my grandpa cry. Never seen my grandpa cry. very rarely seen my dad cry, if I have ever before that. And we sat him down. My dad tried to tell him, but he couldn't. He literally couldn't. I asked him a few weeks later. I'm like, so why couldn't you, tell Grandpa like what happened? And he told me, he was like, the thing I hate the most is hurting my father, and that's why like it just would the words wouldn't come out. Like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. And so he couldn't do it. He turned away. My mom told him. He started hysterically crying, and it's like it's just an experience I will never forget. So we went over to my cousin's house. As soon as I walked in, it was just the feeling in that room, in that house, was just like no words can describe it. My uncle, his dad, was there, hugged him. He was just like a wreck, as you'd expect. Finally, my aunt came over to us, and we made eye contact. There was probably like 12 people in the kitchen, and she came over, and she put her hands on my face, and she looked me in the eyes, and she said, "You have his eyes." And like right as she said that, like everything in me just shook, like the coldest feeling you could imagine, breathing on my neck, like chills, like what are the goosebumps, like, you know what I'm talking about, like the biggest just move of emotion on my body. And so then just going through that entire experience, what his pastor had to say about him and how good of a person he was, like made me realize, why am I living the way I am when this could happen, when stuff like this is God can take you home right now. Yeah. God can take you home whenever he wants to take you home. And so like, why am I living like I have unlimited days when I should be living like this is my last day? Like, I need to get right with Jesus. I need to change my ways. I need to get my family right with Jesus. I need to get my friends right with Jesus. I need to get like everybody I care about right with Jesus, because this could happen at any time. Mm-hmm. And so from that point on, it was just like complete lifestyle change. Music changed, habits changed, addictions changed, relationships changed, people I hung out with changed, desires changed. So many things changed after that. And that like you said, you're a new person. You're a different person. The person I was in high school versus the person I am now, two different people.
Your whole lifestyle literally
yes, your entire life. And I couldn't, and I think I talked about this the other podcast episode, but if that didn't happen, if Jesus didn't take my cousin home at such a young age, I know. What?
You'd still be living the same as you were a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't know if I ever would have changed. Kickstart started because of that. My life changed. We've had a bunch of people coming to Kickstart. New people coming almost every week. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just a fun, time to hang out and fellowship. And dude, it's because I don't have. I'm yapping too much. I don't have. So that's Jaden and Casen. If you're watching this and you knew Jaden Casen in high school, again, as I said like 20 minutes ago, I apologize for anybody that I mistreated in high school. Mm-hmm. Anybody that, might have seen me as a role model and followed our ways, which were the wrong ways. I apologize to, anybody, literally anybody, parent, kid, student, teacher, anyone who, who knew that version of us.
Yeah.
It's just, this is our testimony. This is our um, kind of just speaking out of, the way we've changed and the people we've become and what our goal is now, which is to spread the gospel and bring people to Jesus, have them see, what life really is like with Jesus. So that's what we're here for.
There's a lot of people that think they're too far gone. You're not. Like, everyone has their own testimony, I guess.
Yeah.
And some are probably be harder than others to quit, like, all their addiction and everything. That's, like, the biggest thing I feel like. When I, like, hear someone talk about, like, them being too far gone,
yeah,
it's, like, it's because of addiction.
Yeah.
They don't want to get rid of their addiction. Like, they could do everything else right. They just don't want to get rid of their addiction, which it sucks because they don't really know that he can take all that away.
It was Paul. I was just fact checking because Paul, he persecuted Christians. He murdered Christians. Like my dad, when he talks to somebody and they say that, they're like, I'm too far gone. Like, I've done too many bad things. He says, have you ever murdered somebody? Have you ever killed a Christian? And they're like, what? No. They're like, okay. Or my dad's like, okay. Like, Paul murdered Christians. Paul persecuted Christians. He was an apostle. Like Paul was the dude. And in his life, in that same life, he murdered Jesus' people. Like, that's how forgiving Jesus is. If you go to him with an open heart, ready to, like, ask for forgiveness, ready to lay everything down to him, like, you're not too far gone. Like, especially when we bring on our boy.
Oh, yeah.
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 Coming soon. Like, you're not too far gone.
No.
Like, Jesus is he's just so patiently waiting for you to just call his name. Just to call his name in a prayer, in your car, wherever it may be, you're going to have, you're going to have an experience. You're going to have an awakening. It's just whenever you really decide to. Whenever you really, really decide to do it. But, yeah. All right. So the verse today is Philippians 4, 6 through 7. It says, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your request be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. So this kind of actually, like, relates to what we were saying.
Mm-hmm. Kind of.
Like, don't be anxious.
It does.
It does, yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, yeah. So do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and asking humbly, with thanking. In everything, thank God. Let your request be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, surpasses my understanding, your understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. You'll be stress-free.
Heard that.
Ask God for his will to be done. Ask God if it's his will to be done. Pray for God's will. Your stress will fall away. Your worry will fall away.
It's just so
freeing.
Yeah.
Took the words right out of your mouth.
Yep.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright. Oh, go ahead.
Huh? Oh, so make sure you guys like and subscribe and comment down below what your favorite part of our testimonies were. And
if it applies to you. If you see yourself kind of in the same boat, drop some questions or anything.
You can even DM us on Instagram or something.
DM us. If you need anything, let us know. If you need somebody to talk to Jesus, but you can also talk to us.
Prayer?
Yep, keep praying. Stay in the Word. Jesus loves you. And yeah.
Yay!